Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Place of Judgment. My name is Zoe, and today we will be judging Entitled Parents. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first story is called My Mom Still Complains That We Named My Daughter After Mother-in-Law 1.5 years later. My mother-in-law is deceased. My husband, the youngest of 5, was very close with his mother. Unfortunately, he is the only one whose children never got to meet her as she passed away suddenly in his 20s before having kids. When I was pregnant with my daughter 2 years ago, he said he was excited but sad that she never got to meet his mom. I suggested we named our daughter after mother-in-law in some way. I liked mother-in-law's middle name and suggested we incorporate it. We decided to use it as our daughter's middle name. Our friends, my husband's family, and extended family all thought it was a sweet gesture, but my mother was furious. Okay, wait. So let's just recap really quick. This is your daughter, not your mother's daughter. So, okay, let's continue. Every conversation, she would rant about how unfair it was, how I slighted her, how I was favoring my mother-in-law over her, even though I never met my mother-in-law. I hadn't learned how to set healthy boundaries at that point, so I tried to offer a compromise. We were still in search of a first name, so we told her to send suggestions. She sent us a list, and the names were not good, like Priscilla, Blossom, and a bunch of names that flowed horribly with my husband's surname. Okay, OP, I don't know about you, but the fact that you even gave her the time to pick a name for your daughter, like her first name. I don't have a daughter myself or a son. I don't have kids, but dang, that's very kind of you to try and solve the situation. Let's continue. When I told her we wouldn't be using any of the suggestions, she lost it, saying we were disrespectful, my husband was making the baby all about him, we were ruining the experience of our first grandchild. She also said my husband had his pick twice because we were giving the baby's mother-in-law's middle name and my husband's last name. I was still in my doormat phase, so I sent her a list of the names that we liked, and we encouraged her to pick one. She refused, saying none of them were as good as her picks, and none of them were good enough for her granddaughter. Okay, her granddaughter is your daughter. Okay, let's say that again. Your daughter. Okay? She had her turn to pick a name, which was for you. She picked your name. Nothing gives her the right to choose your daughter's name. And also, if your husband agrees with the fact that you should be giving your mother-in-law's middle name to the child, that's wonderful. It's between you and your husband. The fact that you're giving her the grace and the opportunity to choose a first name for your daughter, OP, that's the best you can do. Okay, I'm getting too distracted. Let's continue. In the end, my husband and I chose a first name from our list along with my mother-in-law's middle name. After that, every single conversation with my mother circled back to my daughter's name. She said she was willing to compromise with us and sent us names similar to the ones we chose, but prettier. Every time I shut her down, she'd pitch a fit that I was naming my daughter after one grandmother and not the other. I was hormonal and pregnant, and I told her it was ridiculous for her to be so jealous of a dead woman, and that if she kept it up, she wouldn't be seeing my daughter. To this day, she still makes snide comments behind my back, according to my dad. We're low contact with my family, and now I've learned to set firm boundaries, which has brought a lot of peace. It thought of this story. I think OP means I thought of this story because we brought my daughter to my mother-in-law's grave recently. It still annoys me, but there's enough space where I can at least laugh about it now. Hopefully, you can laugh about it too. OP, the last thing I want to say, I know I have been interrupting this whole time, but like I just have so much to say. And honestly, good on you and good on your husband for like setting your boundaries, and good on you for, even though you were in a very hormonal phase, good on you for not letting your grandmother step all over you. Like, that was very good on your part and your husband's part. Like, set your boundaries. I think you did really good. You even tried to compromise so many times. So, like, I don't think there was anything else you could have done better. Like, honestly, your mother just needs to get over it. Like, that's her granddaughter. She needs to love her regardless of her name. And I think you did good on setting firm on those boundaries. Okay, really quick, editing Zoe here. I just wanted to give a really quick disclaimer. This next story has a trigger warning. It's about miscarriages, so if this is a subject that it's possibly hurting you right now, please take care of yourself and you can just skip this one. Trust me. Bye. So, having said that, our next story is a mother-in-law making my miscarriage about her. This cannot be good. Okay, so I, 25 female, and my fiance, 25 male, found out we were pregnant early in January. We unfortunately miscarried and found out the baby had no heartbeat on February 26th. For about 2 weeks after that, I was physically going through a miscarriage, which meant bleeding a lot, passing the rest of the fetal remains in tissue, and mentally being distraught. I cried for a week straight. We lived in a different state from our family, so we were basically going through this alone. Oh my god, OP, I am so sorry to hear this. Let's continue. As soon as we found out about the miscarriage, my fiance told my parents and then told his mother. His mother was excited about becoming a grandmother and whatnot. I'm not sure how the phone call went, but presumably it went fine. However, the next day he was receiving text messages from distant family members sending their condolences and whatnot. Immediately, we knew she had been telling people. I told my fiance he should at least tell his dad. His parents are divorced, okay, and siblings before his mother gets to them. Once he called them to tell the news, they already texted me. She never called me to ask how I was doing or anything. I felt like something so personal that I was experiencing was being reduced to some sort of gossip. Wow. Imagine going to what can probably be described as one of the most heartbreaking and painful experiences a human can go through, and just having it be passed off as if it's something that happens to everyone daily. Like, I cannot put myself in OP's shoes, but honestly, I would have some things to say to this woman, or at least I would, not say anything else to this woman. Anyway, my fiance texted her, "Why are you telling everybody?" And she just ignored that message. She never tried to call him either. He decided to just ignore her because she would text him periodically random stuff like flight info, if she was flying, but then again, it was just random stuff. Whatever. Fast forward a few weeks ago, we decided to just plan our wedding since we've been engaged for 3 years. I've sent our save the dates, which she has not responded to or asked us about. I felt that this would be the perfect opportunity for her to reach out and, I don't know, be a mother. A couple of days ago, she FaceTimed my fiance, but she was working, so he called her back the next day. We thought she was finally going to ask about the wedding or maybe say sorry. Nope. She was just calling because she was on a vacation and wanted to show him some stuff. This annoyed my fiance, and he said, "Oh, I thought you were going to apologize." And she said, "I never saw that message." My fiance said, "Okay, you still told everyone when it wasn't your place to." And she said, "I only told your dad and sister." Which was a complete lie, since distant family on our side were texting us. My fiance just hangs up because he can't take the lies. Oh my god, OP, I have to stop. Seriously, you guys need to get away from this person. You need to keep some distance. Like, I'm not saying to cut the relationship, because obviously, it might be very difficult at this time. You're going through a lot, but honestly, at least some boundaries, like keep her distant, keep her away, because this is not good for your husband or for you. Let's finish. She then texts him, "You know that I am so sorry that you feel some type of way. Some type of victims feel because I feel about losing the excitement and being a grandma. It's unfortunate that you feel the need to punish me for my feelings. These are your choices. I am not a bad person. Clearly, you feel otherwise. That is your opinion. Sorry for not being what you expect on a mother." Ma'am? We're kind of the victims? Does she really think she's the victim? Whatever she felt, we felt it 20 times. At this point, I really hope she does not make it to the wedding, because she's just drama. Incredible how some people are. And then OP makes an edit and she says, "She's done so many things, I can go on about it so you can get a general idea. She has an identical twin sister that she hasn't spoken to in 3 years because her twin could not take her to the airport one day." Wow, that was a story. Remember when I said do not cut relationships with this woman? Yeah. Scratch that. Cut it out right now. She does not bring anything good to your life. It's just like you said, OP. She is just drama. How dare someone, like, pick up a thing that is such an unimaginable pain and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but you know, I also lost the fact that I was going to be a grandma." Oh, please. Oh, please. Like, you had your daughter. Like, please. Your daughter, no, your son. Oh my gosh. Sorry. This person clearly got the chance to be a mother, so they wouldn't know how to feel when someone else loses their child. And it's very unfortunate. It's their kid that lost a child, and she's not knowing how to behave as a mother. Like, OP, best solution, just cut her out. Cut her out, please. It's the best that you and your husband, fiance, sorry, can do at this point. Okay, let's try to go to something a little more a little less disturbing, because that last story needs a couple of warnings. Sorry about that. Okay, so this story is called "Entitled Mom Wants Me to Change a Birthday Party so her kid can attend." I didn't even start reading and I'm already judging. Okay. Why? My kid's birthday party is this weekend, and this mom had already RSVP'd. Yes, that her kid would attend. I got a text 3 nights ago if I could change the date of the party because he now has a soccer game and he has to play it. He's 10 years old, definitely not a pro. Sure, I'm going to call the other parents, the party venue, just to adjust the schedule despite your previous commitment. I managed to respond with a polite decline, yet she still came back with another date that would work for them. We left her on red. Clap, clap, clap for you, OP. Good for you. Like, listen, it's not your party. You don't get to decide when it happens. Like, what? I understand that some people make their birthday parties a bit later, so sort of when my birthday is on a weekday, I usually do the party at a weekend so that everyone is free to attend if they want to, if they choose. But clearly, this wasn't the case. This was on a weekend, and the kid had a soccer game. So the kid also has to learn to make choices. Either you want to go to your friend's birthday party, or you want to go play a soccer game. Like, this mother has to teach her son, you can only pick one thing. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. So, yes, OP, I think you did great. I would have not had your temper right here. I would have told her, like, listen, what the hell? Like, unless you're planning to pay for everything to reschedule, you might as well not come. In the politest way possible, of course. Someone else to change their birthday party. What the hell, man? Last story. Am I the asshole for not considering my dad's wife's family and setting boundaries for my wedding and future children? Ooh, I might be taking a risky shot here, but, okay, no, I'm not. I'm going to read it. When I was in the 7th or 8th grade, my parents got divorced. A while after, my dad remarried a woman we'll call Jennifer. Jennifer is a counselor, and while she's very soft-spoken, her voice tends to trail off mid-sentence until it's nearly impossible to hear her. It's always made conversations uncomfortable and awkward, even as a kid. My brothers and I have taken a very different path than her children. We each earned college degrees, played college sports, and worked hard to build a stable, independent life. Jennifer's kids, meanwhile, are not in the same place. One of them is unemployed and has not bothered to find a job. Another had 2 children by the age of 22 without any financial stability, and the third has not finished high school yet and is trying to complete it online due to serious social struggles. Okay, we are not judging anyone for their choices, but clearly we do have very different approaches to life. Let's see what this story develops into. So, despite the fact that she had little to no role in raising us, Jennifer insists on calling us her kids. She expects us to refer to her as our stepmother, and she has made it clear that she wants to be included in major life events such as weddings, ceremonies, and even future family gatherings. She's even said she expects our future children to call her grandma. Ooh, okay. I didn't want to say anything before because I had no context and I hate having to say sorry, I was wrong. But the fact that you just had to say she had little to no role in raising us, that already gives you the right to not include Jennifer into, I don't know, your future wedding, your family gatherings, or even having your future children call her grandma. Like, that makes no sense. Unless, of course, you had a very special care for Jennifer and you felt very kindly towards her, but you're under no obligation to do that. Let's continue. To be clear, my brothers and I have talked about this and we all agree she has no right to expect that. While we respect that she makes our dad happy and we always are polite to her, that's where the relationship ends. She's not our mother and she's not our bonus mother. She will not be a grandparent to our future grandkids. When I get married, I'm planning just to invite my dad and only my dad. I have no intention of extending any invitation to Jennifer. My mother and I have discussed it, and we came to a respectful compromise. If Jennifer doesn't attend, my mom will be able to come and enjoy the day peacefully without the tension and awkwardness. I'm not trying to be cruel. Jennifer seems like she truly believes she's a part of our family. But from my perspective, she has never earned that place. She was simply someone who entered our lives when we were almost grown. I'm happy that she's respectful for my dad's sake, but that does not mean she's entitled to roles that aren't hers. So, am I the asshole for refusing to treat her like a stepmother? And am I the asshole for refusing to let her be a grandma to my future children and not inviting her to my wedding? Okay, you said exactly what I was saying. Like, whenever someone enters a family and they accept that the kids who were previously on that family are grown, the kids have a choice. I'm saying kids in quotation marks because you're saying you were already grown. So I'm assuming you were like, maybe not an adult, but I think after 14, 15, unless you truly feel like that person can fulfill the role of a step parent, I don't think they have the right to ask for that. As you said, she had no role in raising you. She doesn't get to have the privilege of attending your functions. Besides, you said something in your post about if Jennifer doesn't attend, my mom will be able to come and enjoy the day peacefully without any tension or awkwardness, which just lets us know that Jennifer does bother your mother, whether that was because of the divorce or how things ended, it doesn't matter. Like, if your mother and you have a good relationship and Jennifer had no role in raising you, there will be absolutely no way that I, in your shoes, would invite Jennifer to any sort of gathering so that my mother, who I feel very good towards, will feel uncomfortable and awkward. Like, that wouldn't even be good for your mom, OP. So yeah, I think you're doing the best here. You are not the asshole. Absolutely not. You're doing the best for your mom, for your siblings. I think you all understood the same. You all had the same agreement. So yeah, you're doing great. Not the asshole at all. Absolutely not. And okay, I am exhausted of these people not understanding their places in their families' lives, like the stories we've read today. I feel like nobody understood their place in their families' lives. So I'm done judging, guys. Seriously. If you enjoyed my content, I stream on Twitch every day. If you enjoy gaming, I hope to see you there. I'll be making videos about Reddit every other day, so I hope to see you soon, and have a nice day. Goodbye!